Now, I've talked before about flow and how often we can be in flow, and actually the science suggests we can only be in flow about 15% of the time. We can be up to 5 times more effective, but it's only for 15% of our waking time. So I looked at an average sleeping time across the global stats as best I could, and found out that actually equates to 2.5 hours a day. So what we mean by that is about for 2.5 hours a day, we can be at our very, very best in terms of finding flow, optimizing our performance, where acceleration, creativity goes through the roof, which is great. And then you've almost got this kind of, this is the time in the bank. And of course you can push this, you can spend more time or less time depending on your day. That's just a guideline, just the average, and don't necessarily shoot for the average. So this is how much we've got in our tank, how much of the rocket fuel we've got in our tank. So two things for me. First of all is I think about when do I bring this 2.5 hours? I just use it as a sort of arbitrary figure, if you like. When do I bring that? So if I've got this meeting for an hour in the afternoon, I can use it there, if you like. It's not that precise as a science, but you kind of get my idea. So I kind of think about in my day, when do I use it? Now, interestingly, one thing I want to do is burn it up in the day, because then sometimes I get back from work and I'm like, oh, I'm gone. I'm going then out of that, because there's the struggle, release, flow, and then the recovery. So do I really want to be in recovery every time from, every day from 7 o'clock? So you want to save some of it in the bank. So it's quite an interesting thing to think about when you bring this 2.5 hours. The other thing in my work, on my level anyway, and this will apply to many of us, is that I used to, past tense, run all-day workshops. And of course what I found, they were 7.5 hours long. And actually you can only really be your best for that 2.5 hours. So why not shorten the session? So now I only really, as much as I can, I've broken the rule twice in the last 12 months, run half-day workshops, which are about 3.5, sometimes 4 hours long. And if you think about it, it's kind of getting in the room, that struggle, that release, and bang, you can hit them with 2.5 hours of really concentrated effort. Flow follows focus. That's where learning accelerates. So that's what you want in a workshop environment. And I do think perhaps thinking about today a little bit in terms of society, we've just got so used to that short, sharp, bite-sized messages from everything that we consume now. And actually, I'm not sure if that one-day model, A, it doesn't work in this sense from the science, and B, I think it's on the way out in other ways with digital in terms of workshops. Now, of course, you might not all run workshops, etc., but we're all in some kind of role within meetings, same thing. Full day, half day, lengthy meetings, and actually, if we shorten and sharpen it, the more chance of finding flow in that time. So just think about how much rocket fuel you can bring in those 2.5 hours.